And we are back. Revolution Selfie is a mock video game film expanding the horizons of documentary storytelling while broadening our understanding of lesser-known fronts in the global war on terror. Let's take a quick look at the trailer for Revolution Selfie.
Your mission is to infiltrate the New People's Army. The United States has designated the New People's Army a foreign terrorist organization. They have been waging a revolutionary war which has cost 40,000 lives.
The only caveat is that whatever you make should not add to the confusion.
So you don't know when you will die.
This is a reality show, not in the TV, but in the real life.
Yeah, this is no TV. This is no movie, man.
Oh, yes.
But perhaps it's time to find out what my government has been hiding.
What is the use of our lives if we were going to die without a purpose?
Well, there you saw, and here now to tell us a little bit more about his film Revolution Selfie, the Red Battalion is cinematographer and filmmaker Stephen DeCastro. Good to have you.
Oh, great to be here.
Congratulations on the great work.
Well, thank you, thank you.
So listen, when we talk about taking a look at it from this perspective, what do you want people to take away when they see Revolution Selfie?
Well, Revolution Selfie was an attempt to try to bring folks together who under most circumstances could never get together. I mean, how could people get the experience of talking to revolutionaries in the peasant hinterlands, you know, in a Maoist armed revolution? And so also there are some legalities involved where it's very difficult for an American to interact with a foreign terrorist organization listed by the CIA. And so I thought, well, how would you ever know about the so-called enemies of America if you don't have a dialogue, if filmmakers and reporters can't go over and talk to folks, find out why are they fighting, what is this war all about? And so in a sense, that's like the kernel of Revolution Selfie.
How long did it take to make?
Oh, about 2 years, I think. About a year of 3 years. Like there was a year of post-production, but then there was a lot of traveling around and going to the Netherlands, going to and then different parts of the Philippines. So,
And what's it been like for you putting this whole thing together?
oh, it's it's kind of a life-changing experience. It's the promotion of it has been almost as much of an adventure as the actual production of it. I've just come from Zurich and 3 locations in the UK, Amsterdam, and I just came back from DC a couple days ago and showed it to a standing room only crowd as well. And the idea is that, yeah, with these different audiences, some of them are very familiar with the Philippine left, the Philippine Revolution. Other people never met a Filipino before. It's amazing to see your movie unfold in front of so many different audiences. Yeah.
Right. And the various takeaways, because you have some people who are just introduced for the very first time, and some people who are familiar. For people who are just introduced for the very first time, what are you hearing?
Well, I think that often for those kinds of audiences, most of the questions have to do with the characters, about the Patrimonio family, Eunice, the little girl who is kind of like the star of my movie for the first hour of the movie, is it features a 6-year-old girl who begs under a bridge. And so then the fighters, the warriors themselves, and some of them who are not who are no longer alive. And so there's many different folks who you get to meet in Revolution Selfie, and it's all unified under the story of, in the face of global inequality, how do people respond? How do poor people respond? And a revolution can take many forms. It doesn't have to be an armed revolution. That's, I guess, based on the conditions of the struggle that you find yourself in. Yeah.
So let me ask you this question, because we started off talking, our first segment, talking about being a mobile filmmaker, right? Come to end the show with you, and looking at your life, you're a trial lawyer, you know, former human rights commissioner of Jersey City. When did the shift happen for you to say, this is what I want to do?
I guess it's not really a shift, because I think that my skills have always been in writing and in storytelling. And so being a trial lawyer is very natural for me. But a trial lawyer tells a story, but in a certain format to accomplish a certain objectives. And so it's exactly the same for filmmaking, actually. So I found it very easy. I actually wanted to get into narrative films, but I figured out that I'm probably too old, and I don't want to wait 7 years for my first film. So I knew that for documentaries with smaller crew and faster process, that I could do documentaries more. Although I do work on narrative films, but the key, I think, for me, for Revolution Selfie, is the idea that we could take small mobile cameras into situations to tell stories that people generally never get the privilege to hear, you know. And so definitely with Revolution Selfie, sort of, you can make a huge difference with just, you know, the camera that's in your pocket.
Right.
Yeah.
So you were a videographer here at BronxNet, and you were out actually covering a story that actually was the inspiration to what you did. Talk to us about that here.
Oh, well, let me see. Well, for BronxNet, I was actually covering a photo exhibit in Inwood, and I got to meet the people of the Inwood Film Festival. And you know, any film festival gets like hundreds, sometimes thousands of submissions.
Right.
But you know, I got to talk with Aaron, the organizer of the Inwood Film Festival, and this turned into them curating the film, and then my getting Best Feature at the Inwood Film Festival. So that, I was really honored about that. Even it's kind of funny, because I've gotten a lot of awards from this film, but to get it from, you know, a small community-based film festival with people who were really excited about it, who didn't have too much of a knowledge of the Philippines beforehand, it was really great, you know, really awesome. And so, yeah, so it's great to do Revolution Selfie, especially for folks who don't know anything about the Philippine movement. Open-minded toward the idea of revolution and what is revolution in the 21st century.
Well, you're certainly opening some doors, Steve DeCastro. Thank you so much for coming and sharing
Yeah.
with us the movie Revolution Selfie. Now, if you want to find out more about Revolution Selfie and keep up with the future screenings, all you have to do is visit Revolution Selfie on Facebook, and you'll get all that you need to know. Unfortunately, we come to the end of our show today. I want to thank all of our guests for joining us, and most of all, you, the viewer, for tuning in. If you missed any part of today's show, of course, catch the recablecast at 5 and 10 p.m. on Optimum's Channel 67. If you don't have it, we're on Verizon Files, so on Channel 33, or anytime on the web at bronxnet.org. And that wraps it up for us here on the set of Open. I'm Daren Jaime, encouraging you to make sure you keep this channel wide open. And special shout out to all those watching on the MNN channel, our sister Ann, and all those others who are watching. I want to say take care, God bless, and Rita Valentine will be back with a fresh new episode of Open on Friday. Take care. Stay there, Steve. Don't go.